Okay, here we go. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us tonight, because we know that you had a choice as to where you would spend your time. And so what we're going to do tonight in this women's hemp wellness discussion is we're really going to talk about how hemp really is a powerful wellness solution. But before we get into that, I just wanted to share that how it's helped me before we get into the nitty gritty. What it's done for me personally, it's helped me sleep a lot better so I can recover to work out, because I love to exercise, work out, and race. And it's also helped a lot with my muscle and joint pain as I get older, and I still want to continue to do the exercise that I have always done before. It also helped me recover from my shoulder surgery as well. So that's really how it's helped me, but we're really here to focus in on how it can help you. So we're going to do a little quick introduction of our company. And then I'm going to turn over to Donna, and she's going to discuss women's health. And then we'll just talk about some of the options that we have. And, so a little bit about me is why I decided to join Green Compass and to kind of go down the road of hemp wellness is because I've always been an advocate for health and wellness. I've always loved it. I've been passionate about it. I've always shared things with friends and family about how I can positively impact their life. And when I found this company, or I should say this company found me, it was rooted in purpose and in family. And so that's really what brought me here, and that's what's kept me here. So instead of really having a lot of discussion around the company, I just wanted to show about a 2.5 minute video because it shows where we started. And it's important, I think, to share because this company was started because of a woman and her personal experience with hemp wellness. So let me just share this video. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
CBD didn't just change my life, it changed my family's life. I was always happy, I was always vibrant, I was always excited about life. I couldn't wait to be a mom, and I loved being pregnant. And then one day after I had my son, I wasn't myself, and I got to the point where I was pulling the covers over my head. I knew I heard my son wake up, but I wasn't excited to get out of bed. And I wasn't excited to see the sunlight. I wasn't excited to see friends.
I've always been kind of a fixer of things, and this was the first time in my life that I actually saw something that I really didn't know how to fix or how to help. It was a very bad feeling seeing your wife go through something like this and not having the answers to help solve the problem.
It's weird to see because she's such a bubbly person usually, but sometimes you need to tackle it from every angle, and I think she was able to do that.
When my brother introduced me to CBD and I tried it and that fog lifted and I was myself again, I couldn't believe it.
Watching Meredith before and after her use of CBD was like night and day. It was like having my old life back.
It's really neat that one plant can do so many different things for one body. Green Compass really came about one day because I was looking for a CBD to give my children. I started doing a little research and I found out that not all hemp is created equal.
We didn't really know where we were going to start. I began by reaching out to Adam and George, and funny enough, they had already been growing hemp.
In 2014, we began to look into growing hemp when we heard that the state was talking about passing legislation that would allow us to grow it in North Carolina again. Even though hemp is new to our farming operation, we have 25 years experience pretty much as a full-time farmer.
They came up with a really clean CBD, and I decided to give it to my children, and I could tell a difference with them.
So that's what I really love about this company is that the way that we were founded and truly founded on purpose. And again, that's kind of what keeps me here because I just see the continued lives that we've been able to change with giving people the opportunity to really harness the power of hemp. It's really been so amazing. And so, Angel, I'm going to call you out here, Angel, are you, I think you are, because we've discussed this, hemp marijuana, the difference between the two.
Do I know the difference?
Yeah.
Wow, let's see. I will say that the hemp doesn't have very much or has very little THC.
Very good. Yes. So that's where a lot of people get tripped up, right? Is that, hemp and marijuana, they look the same, they
Yeah.
smell the same, but they don't act the same, right? And that's what's a lot of times people will think, well, what we have it really comes from marijuana, but it really comes from hemp. So with all that said, I'm going to turn it over to Donna. Donna is a Reiki master, and she has such phenomenal knowledge about how our bodies work and really how hemp can help us women.
Thanks, Laura. So good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. And we called this, I know, Angel, you forgot what it was called. We called this Ladies Night, and we're just going to go over some of the highlights that we face as women and what we can do for natural healing. And clearly you're very in tune with your body and doing things more naturally. And you're very cautious about what you put in your body, which I appreciate. I am a certified Reiki master. I'm also a certified integrative nutrition health coach. And I've been in healthcare for longer than 37 years, 36 years, a long time. And most of my career I spent in cardiology, where I actually trained cardiologists how to do procedures, and I trained cardiologists and staff, and I traveled international and whatever, but my world brought me here. And thankfully, actually, it was network marketing that got me out of that type of business and got me home like I wanted to be. So the thing about women's health and the CBD plant, our bodies, we have this, we naturally have endocannabinoid receptors. So this was discovered in the 90s in Israel, actually. And what that means is that's why we all respond so well, or I should say most of us respond so well to having an exogenous CBD added to our body. So endocannabinoid means the body produces, endo means the body produces it itself, and exogenous means it comes from outside. So what happens as we age is, just like everything else gets depleted in our body, from our 20s, we start losing collagen, elastin, human growth hormone, 1% a year for the rest of our lives. But then you add some stress, add some global shutdown, add filling your gas tank up, maybe you have to take care of parents or kids or everything in between. All of that extra stress depletes our system even more. So what happens is you may find different feelings of fatigue and joint pain and bloating and sleep irregularities and mood swings and things like that. And a lot of it, and if you go to a doctor, often they'll prescribe a pharmaceutical to help one of those, which really just masks the problem and doesn't get to the underlying issue. So I do a lot of research. When I was in cardiology, part of my job was doing research, and I was involved in a lot of clinical trials and stuff. So I'm passionate about researching things. So, and for me, being a certified integrative holistic nutrition coach, I'm very passionate about what we put in and on our body. So Green Compass to me is so important because, first of all, it's grown in the United States, in North Carolina, right near Laura, and everything. They own the entire process from the seed, the farm, to the bottling. So the entire process, so they can, and everything is third-party tested. So it's certified organic, which is a big deal. So I don't know if you know that if you can buy CBD at a gas station, but you don't know what you're buying because it's not regulated. So I could make my own CBD at home. I could just slap a label on a bottle of olive oil and say it's CBD, and it's not regulated. So it could be. So when people say, I've tried CBD, didn't work for me, it's usually the quality, or they weren't consistent and they didn't use it, or they used it once in a while. So think of this: when our body starts to get depleted of all these proteins and hormones and everything else, if you're just going to put a little drop here or there, you're never going to fill that bucket. So think of it like an empty bucket. So if we're consistent and we start giving the CBD consistently and over time, you're going to fill that bucket and everything is going to start feeling better. So with the women's health in particular, I usually go into what phase of life I'm in. You know, I've been postmenopause for a long time now. I'm in my mid 50s, and all the issues that I have or have had since after menopause. But today I thought, you know, I started doing more research and I decided to go back to PMS because at our age, a lot of us, or mine and Laura, I know Laura has a teenage girl. So, and I forgot about what it was like to be a teenager with PMS. But then when I'm doing the research, I thought this is so similar to what we're already doing, what we have post menopause. So some of the symptoms of, forgive me, I took a lot of notes so I don't go all over the place. Mood swings, cramps, breast tenderness, anxiety, stress, bloating, extreme tiredness and fatigue, constipation, cravings. All of that is, you could pretty much say that's postmenopause too, but add hot flashes and night sweats in there. And that's you pretty much have the same thing. I would also add postmenopause, joint pain, hip pain, things like that. Another thing that happens when we lose our estrogen, it's the same, our bone health starts to get depleted too. So CBD doesn't just help all of these symptoms, it's going to help your bone. It's been proven that women post-menopause will have their jaws, the bone density in their jaw will be depleted. So you'll have shifting of the teeth and different problems, but a lot of lower, or I should say spinal fractures, hip fractures will happen in women post-menopause because of these, the bone density becoming less. The estrogen is robbing all of that. So we can, with CBD, when you take an exogenous CBD, so it's important, the quality, and you figure out your sweet spot. So you take a little bit, but you want to keep taking it. So with mood swings, it helps interact with the receptors in our brains responsible for emotions. The CBD can help moderate mood irregularities and promote overall mental health. Like, that's so important right now. We keep hearing about mental health everywhere. So not just PMS or postmenopause, but how about everybody else that falls into that? Hormonal imbalance. Very common during PMS and postmenopause. CBD can help maintain hormonal balance by interacting with the neurotransmitters that are responsible for human regulation and production, for hormone regulation and production. So these are so important that you could think of if you think of a teenage girl, she's moody, people talk about that time of the month and you can tell when someone is that time of the month. That's because of these hormones shifts. So if there's something that can help you be more balanced and aligned. So for me as a Reiki master, I help align the body. I clear people energetically and I get their body back into alignment. So to me, Reiki, CBD is Reiki in a bottle. So it's about getting the body back into alignment, into homeostasis. So, and that the more in alignment we are, the healthier we are. So when we get disaligned, we get disease. So breast tenderness, this can help alleviate the discomfort of swollen breasts, swollen or tender breasts by alleviating inflammation in the breast and help regulate the receptors in the brain that regulates pain reception or perception. So that correlates. I mean, if you have leg pain or anything else, you have inflammation. So it's not just going to be to just breast tenderness. It just happens to be. So you can correlate this to anything, not just PMS, but digestive issues. Now, how many people do you know have digestive issues? Like most people. It helps regulate our bowel movements, decreases inflammation and in the digestive tract, and reduces nausea. Anxiety and stress, like it can be PMS, it could be post. When I was the summer before I went into menopause, I used to have feelings of, I had this rage going on where I wanted to like murder people. It's not really my style and not how I wanted to be, but I'd be like, oh, I had like the silent rage going on. I'm like, where is this coming from? So not like me. And I'm like, and then menopause happened. I learned something. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting into menopause. And I wanted to actually murder people. I could see how women on the edge can really get pushed over. But so this anxiety and stress, I mean, people, young teenage boys, everybody has anxiety and stress. Everyone, the whole world is in a inflamed right now, right? So we're all feeling that. But so it's not just hormonally we're feeling it, but if you're having depression, anxiety, stress, all of that. So CBD helps inhibit unnecessary cortisol, which is the stress hormone output, and regulates the receptors in the brain responsible for our mood and stress response. CBD can effectively reduce stress and anxiety, and I can attest to that 100%. Bloating and cramps by improving digestive functions, it reduces the inflammation. So the hormonal imbalance, hormones are the chemical messengers produced in the endocrine system and play a vital role in regulating essential function in our bodies, including metabolism, growth, and reproduction. So hormones are so important. And I was in the aesthetic world for a while too. And I know after a woman, so later in life, no, not later, after children or whatever, a lot of women typically will have a tummy tuck. And what no plastic surgeon will tell them is that after you do lipo or a tummy tuck usually involves liposuction, because even if you didn't need liposuction, they're cutting away all that skin and making it all tight. They're taking away a lot of the fat cells. Those fat cells are part of the endocrine system. So most women after a tummy tuck will have hormone dysregulation, and they'll their hormones will, it just wreaks havoc on the hormone. But the plastic surgeon doesn't care, because you see them for your surgery, you see them for post-op, and then they dismiss you. Now you're on your own and your hormones are crazy and you don't know why. It's because you just disrupted the whole endocrine system. So there's so many reasons people have hormonal disruption, but you could have caused it by, physically from having a surgery, so there's so many things that cause it. CBD can also help maintain cholesterol levels. This was another thing I picked up today. There was a study in 2011 that showed that it helped prevent high levels of the LDL, which is that's the levels we want to keep lower. So it helps prevent the LDL from getting higher. This is just from CBD. It's a plant-based, very safe and healthy, effective. It's so, you won't see any company doing big studies on this because you have to follow the money. They can't patent a plant. CBD enhances our beauty regimen. So it enhances skin repair. It has anti-aging effects. And when we talk about anti-aging, it's not that we don't want to get older. It's just that when we're around the free radicals and you're doing just from living and you're exposed to different toxins in the air, we get all that on our skin. So that's the anti-aging. It's not like I don't want to get older. I want to get older, but I want to get older gracefully, right? Stronger hair follicles and overall healthier hair. I noticed my hair totally changed. It decreases stress, anxiety, and their direct effects on the skin. And it decreases the appearance of brown spots and increases the quality of your sleep. Sleep is so important. Sleep probably goes back to all of this. So the important thing about sleeping is when you're not sleeping, and your hormones can cause it, because you could have it from PMS or postmenopause, or maybe you're having pain and you can't sleep. When you don't sleep right, everything is, you're probably hungrier, because we release different hormones like ghrelin and leptin are two of the hormones that control hunger. And ghrelin gets released when we don't get enough sleep. And that's like a gremlin. I think of it like that. And when you have ghrelin release, you're hungrier, because you need more fuel to sustain being so tired, and when you're don't have sleep, you need more fuel. So when you can get a good night's sleep, all of these symptoms, all of these chemicals in our body will be at bay, and then everything else. So if you're not getting a good night's sleep, you're going to be more irritated. You're going to be hungrier. So you're not going to want to exercise. So when we can get good night's sleep, then we can live better, and we're more tolerant, and we're better to be around, and we're funnier, and all of that. So this can help us sleep better, even if a lot of these symptoms that we have can go back to sleep. Like if you look at your sleep and your sleep cycle is disrupted, if we can control that, a lot of these other symptoms will go away. So I think I'm going to end with the sleep thing. It's going to help. So you're less anxious, your stress is decreased just from getting a better night's sleep. So you can have all of that, but if you go back to the root, maybe it's your sleep is disrupted. Anyway, I did find one thing I want to share. Endometriosis, which is very common in women. I found this today and I did not know this one. Endometriosis, which is shown to have a lower levels of CB1 receptors, which we have CB1 and CB2 receptors. So they found that there's lower levels of CB1 receptors in the endometrium, which causes all that pain and all the infertility issues. So they found that CBD may help the underlying cause of endometriosis. How about that? So anyway, so that's I didn't even get into my personal story, but I just wanted to give you like, to me, all of these symptoms about PMS or postmenopause, I mean, they translate to men, teenagers, males, females, old, young, everyone in between. So, I mean, like the PMS symptoms, like, okay, it's women's health, but I thought, who doesn't have bloating? Who doesn't have, so many people have it. Okay, I'm done.
Well, and I think like you had mentioned, it's even the preventative, right? Like you're talking about with the why don't you share your story?
Okay. I know I go on a little bit, so I don't want to. So for
Still
me,
loves her enthusiasm, she said.
I am so passionate about this because I really want to help you. I mean, I know I'm here to help people heal, whether it's from the outside in or the inside out. And I feel strongly that doing something, so the pharmaceuticals, like if you're having trouble sleeping and you go to the doctor, they'll prescribe something that will make you go to sleep. But we know that those pharmaceuticals can cause people to walk in their sleep, which is really, what do you call that when you walk in your sleep? I forget.
Sleepwalking.
Right. Which can be very dangerous. Like people will go to the refrigerator in the middle of the night when they're sleeping. They have no idea. So these drugs can cause all kinds of issues like that. And then people will gain weight, people can have accidents and whatever. But yeah, so you might have an immediate, like you might sleep that night, but you're groggy the next day. It takes a long time to get it out of your system. And all these other pharmaceuticals. So my point about the pharmaceuticals is you may get an immediate benefit, but long-term, you could have a lot more consequences and risks to your health long-term. Whereas the opposite with this, with the endocannabinoids and with the CBD is you take it every day, and then you'll find after a few days, maybe even immediately, you might find like your joint pain or something is better right away. But after a few days, you're better. After a few weeks, you're better. And if you continue, everything is better than you even thought about. So for me personally, I actually started this journey because of my dog, my last dog, and CBD really helped him as he got older. He was really, he got stressed with fireworks and storms and stuff. And I started with CBD, something I bought at the mall that was really expensive. So I thought I was buying something good. But as I started studying more about CBD, I thought, wait a minute. I looked at his bottle. I don't even know that there was actually any hemp in there. I don't even know what it was, but it seemed to help a little bit. But that's how I got into CBD. And then my whole family takes it. But for me personally, like during the shutdown, I was diagnosed with lupus a long time ago, and I had it at bay really well. Most people would never even know I had it. But during the shutdown, we were all out of work. I have 2 sons and a husband, and 4 different industries. We had no money coming in, and it was scary, and the whole world was scary. But all my lupus symptoms flared up, and I had like getting out of bed and standing on my feet was so painful every day. And I had joint pain, and I had back pain, and I started with migraines. And I did some bioidentical hormone replacement, which helped some. I changed my nutrition, which helped some, but I still had that awful pain all the time. And it's really hard and moody and whatever. Everything comes with it because everybody can't sleep right. Nothing's right. And then I started with the CBD, and I started taking it every day. Well, first of all, I took it. I started having, I don't know if you've never had a migraine where the aura starts coming, you start seeing these lights and you start getting a headache. And I took the CBD, and I'm like, 10 minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute, it stopped. It went away. That never happens. So then I started being consistent with the CBD. So after a few days, like my joints were better. After probably a week or so, I could stand getting out of bed on my feet. My feet weren't hurting. And then like day 30, I woke up, and I didn't realize it was day 30, but I woke up, my husband and I work out every morning. So we get up at like 5:30 and go to the gym every morning. and work out pretty hard. And I kept doing it during all this pain and stuff, because that's what helps me mentally. But one morning I got up and I'm like, I was dancing around. I'm like, oh, I feel so good. I was around, like, it was a Monday morning. I'm like, what did I do last night? And then it dawned on me, I'm like, this is like 30 days in a row, me being consistent with the CBD. I was like a different person. I felt like a different person. And I just, so then I became so completely, like, I think everybody needs it. So my husband takes it, my sons take it. My oldest son has type 1 diabetes, and it helps him for that. My youngest son is a carpenter, and he has to do all kinds of crazy work. So he'll be up 200 feet in the air on some little narrow plank, and it helps him stay focused and calm. And there's so many things. We all take it for a different reason. I have a new dog now, and he's from a shelter, and he gets it every day. So we all take it every day, but it's been life changing. The other thing is about 10, 11 weeks ago, I ended up losing my job. Suddenly I had the rug pulled out from under me, and no unemployment, nothing, like everything just stopped. I handled it really well. I was really calm. It was, I felt really wronged, but I was really calm about it. And I'm from Philly, and I really could have pulled out all my Philly. But I know when I look back that I was really, really calm, and I'm really proud of myself that I handled it gracefully. But the other benefit that preparing for impact, like I had all the health benefits coming, but the other thing was this buffer that having this work created for me. Because I have this job, I had some money coming in, and what a blessing. And I just feel like I have to share this with everyone. Everyone needs, and you just buy a tank of gas today. I mean, like, that's a lot of money, and food, so everything. So I thought I'd be gainfully employed with my other job still, and this is just extra, but now it's become my primary. So I've just been so blessed, and I get to work with great people like Laura, and it's been wonderful. So that's my story. How's that?
And you're sticking to, I love your story.
And I'm serious. Look at how this is one of my CBD books. I really do a lot of research.
Serious. She's a big researcher. And I think the other thing, when we were talking about hemp wellness, so Donna's talked a lot about like CBD, but one of the things that has helped me a lot is our terpene booster. So we have a terpene booster. So again, there's no CBD. So that's, again, harnessing. I don't know if you're familiar with the Boost products, but it's harnessing the power of hemp, but just taking terpenes from that plant. So that's the amazing thing. It's the most versatile plant out there. Can be used for so many different things. And so, while I benefit from the CBD, obviously for pain, and it does help me with sleep, the Boost gives me that extra boost, literally, in that it just puts me in a deep sleep, because those terpenes from the plant are targeted specifically for sleep, and then we have one for pain, immune, and metabolism. So what's really exciting is that, we continue to grow the portfolio outside of CBD, because we see the power of what it can do, the hemp plant, along with the collagen that we just launched a collagen as well, which is incredible because it has olive leaf extract, which is anti-inflammatory. It's got vitamin A and E. I can't remember which ones it has in it. It has the vitamins in it.
Biotin.
The biotin in it. And then, of course, multiple different types of collagen. A lot of collagens out there have maybe 1 or 2 types. We have 8 different types of collagen in there. So it's like a collagen on steroids. And then CBG, which also comes from the hemp plant. And that's really they consider it kind of the mother of all cannabinoids, they call it, of the hemp plant. So it's really before it's moved into CBD. And it's been incredible. I mean, it helps people, because it also has all of those things working within our system for not just our skin, but my skin looks better, my hair is better, my nails better. But what's been really interesting for me is my joint pain has decreased. I was starting to run again, and my ankles were hurting, and it stopped hurting by taking the collagen. We've got this little thing, and it comes in these little packets. But that's been amazing. I know, and Donna knows a lot about the collagen because she works in, helping people look beautiful as well. I don't know if you have any thoughts on
So
the
collagen, yeah, I actually mentioned it earlier that we lose collagen and elastin 1% a year, like the human growth hormone. And what collagen and elastin, they're the proteins under the skin that help keep our skin tight. Like when you think of a child, they have like nice apple cheeks and everything's tight, nothing sagging or wrinkling, right? That's because they have all that collagen and elastin, that glorious collagen and elastin. But as we age, we start losing that. So people want to blame gravity for our faces falling and, you know, the saggy skin and everything. It's really because of the lack of collagen and elastin. So it's important to replenish that, like any supplement. To me, CBD and collagen are supplements we take every day. And I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid disorder. So I had trouble growing eyelashes, but here, this is just from the collagen. You see, I was actually I was looking into getting like false lashes because it was driving me crazy, but I don't need any more maintenance. And I was like, I don't feel like doing that. But I actually have eyelashes growing, which is thing to me. And but my skin, like the CBG that's in this, so CBG is the mother cannabinoid, but CBD will also help with acne, and it will help calm the skin down, and helps, like, it naturally will help calm down inside internally what is causing the acne. So your skin will calm down, the inflammation will calm down, but it's going to help correct what's going on the inside. So, and then for collagen, like I would recommend anyone like over 30, no one in their 20s really needs it, but maybe someone 35 and older should start taking collagen every day. But for me, I also did radio frequency. I would help tighten skin. People used to come to me for body contouring, and I would see everything. And often the skin will lose so much elasticity that you couldn't do certain procedures, because if I took away more fat from that area, their skin would just wrinkle more, which would be awful. And I found that most people really, I would recommend collagen to people all the time, but they would ask me for a recommendation. I didn't really have confidence in any company. There was a company I used to use years ago, but it changed. And then I did my research and I found that Nestle bought them. And once Nestle bought them, they changed the ingredients. So they're doing, you know, they go to the stockholders, not to the clients, right? So they changed the ingredients. So then when Green Compass came out, I was so excited, because we know that everything is third-party tested. We know that the ingredients are clean, which is so important. And everything is harvested sustainably and humanely, and that's what's really important. You get the energy of whatever you're taking it from, right? So it's really important that you're putting things that were taken with good energy, cleanly, and you're putting that into your body, not some junky stuff that someone did inhumane things to, and you put that in your body. That's terrible energy to put in there. Okay. But the collagen, but we have collagen in our joints. We have it everywhere, right? So it will help. That's why you said your ankles are better, because the joint pain, all of that. CBD will help all of that, but collagen and the elastin, that's what's helping. And my hair grows crazy. And I actually had a patch of hair missing here, and it's hard to tell with me, and I would never complain about it to other people because I have so much hair, but I had a patch. If I pulled my hair back, I had a patch of hair I was missing here, and it's not there anymore. It's came back since I've been using the collagen. Okay. I could go on and on and on.
And that's all, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But if you think about like all the things that, you know, we as women face, it could do with our skin, our hair, our hormones are affecting this, our moods, our sleep, and everything. And that's what's really powerful, you know, with hemp wellness can help with all of that.
Everybody knows someone that had breast cancer, right? It's like such a high number now, like 1 in 10 women, or it's even less than that now. During my research again today, I was like, I have to share this with you because everybody needs to know. So this is in a study from 2019 in the International Journal of Molecular Sciences. The researchers concluded that cannabinoids like CBD and THC may decelerate tumor progression in breast cancer patients. And the cannabinoids are not only active against estrogen receptor positive, but also estrogen resistant breast cancer cells. How about that?
Mhm.
And here they're gonna put them on like tamoxifen and whatever forever, which makes them all gain weight, makes them miserable, makes them have all kinds of moods things. And how about we try something natural?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I want to be sensitive to everybody's time here. It's about 7:40. And wrap it up. I know a couple of things as far as, can you see, what can you see? What did I just press? Can you see something?
Just see our faces.
Okay, you just see our faces. Okay, so, you know, as the exciting thing that the company's doing this summer, as customers that order every month this summer, they're offering a free Boost product, which is kind of fun and exciting. So if someone orders $100 and in June, they get a free Boost Metabolism, July Immune, and August Sleep. And those are the terpene boosters again. So it's another way that we're just showing appreciation to our customers and also just sharing another product in addition to the CBD, to the just the hemp product.
The metabolism one's really exciting to me because I have the Hashimoto's with the thyroid issue. So metabolism's always been my issue. So that's a great, great product. Terpenes are what give the scent. Like if you think about a lemon and you can smell a lemon just by saying it. Terpenes are what in a plant that gives it the scent and gives it, they're the essential oils in a plant.
Mm-hmm. And that just real quick, I have several teachers that I work with, and a lot of them use the Immune, and they have said, I swear this is why I didn't get sick this year because of the Immune. So that's a big one as well. But that's one of the things that we're doing for our customers this summer. And that's about it. That's all we have tonight. And Angel, do you have any questions or anything? I know you have a lot of knowledge in the health space, or any thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought it was great. Like I said, I love the enthusiasm. You know, I remember maybe about 2 years ago, my naturopath gave a talk on cannabinoids, and I was just like blown away with it. You know, how our body makes our own, and it's, I mean, it's so important. And I did learn tonight. I didn't realize that it can help. Let's see, a couple of things: bone health. I didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that it can help. Prevent your LDL cholesterol from climbing. So, I mean, I know a zillion things that it does, but those were some new ones for me. So definitely interested. I mean, I remember asking her, my naturopath, this was a couple of years ago, should I be taking this like a vitamin, just every day? She said I would. So anyway, she gave a really good presentation. This was a couple of years ago, but
Well, and if you ever, because I know that you work with a lot of people as well. Donna is a huge researcher, as you can tell. So
yeah.
if you ever want to get any information, or she's probably researched it, so she could probably shorten the learning curve for you as well.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely help you out. Well, thank you for being on.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. I'm glad that you had a couple takeaways. I know that you
I did.
used some of the products thus far, and I know that I appreciate that you like them and everything. And I'm just glad that you learned something tonight.
Yeah, I will. And I'll definitely reach out to you and Stacy, because I'm definitely interested in, you kind of bubbled up to the top again just by listening to this. So it's really good timing.
Good. And
When you
okay.
start, just be patient, just slow and
Yeah.
start out with slow and low, and just
Yeah.
give yourself 2 days, and we increase it if necessary. Just be patient and pay attention to what you're feeling.
Yeah, that's what the naturopath said. Everyone is going to need a different amount because their bodies make different amounts of cannabinoids. So, anyway, very exciting. My dog, we give one of my elderly dogs the CBD, not from your company, but I think it's called Pet MD or something. And just because that's what my husband found. And she is like amazing. She's 14 and she can go 3, 4, 5 miles, no problem.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyway.
It's amazing. It really is. It really is amazing. I had I had a yoga event here last week that Stacy and Mark came to.
Oh yeah, they talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so great. And he like shared his story. It was just so great. He's like, I don't even like, I don't even sell this stuff, but I'm just going to tell you how much it's helped me. So it's really kind of, it's rewarding, it's rewarding to
It is.
hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, that was great. Really good. Really important.
All right, Lainey. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Hopefully I'll catch some of your other ones.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Donna and Kim. Have a great
Yeah,
night.
nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Same to you.
Yep. Yep. Bye-bye.
You stop recording.
No, I didn't. Hold on.